leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives. Live. You're supposed to go live with me.
Live.
Here on Strong Island Television, Paradise Studios in beautiful Massapequa, New York. Right by the Long Island Railroad, the pizzeria, and a Chinese restaurant. There's also a Dunkin' Donuts I never mentioned.
Yes, there is a Dunkin'. That pizza smells really good.
It is. And this show and all our shows is brought to you by the law firm of Barasch and McGarry. Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. Wonderful, wonderful law firm. Has helped so many of us. Michael Barasch over there. Tonight we have our co-host, Roseanne Sorrentino is here again tonight.
Thank you for having me back.
Yes, welcome. Rich Walker is not feeling well, but he's at home right now going, ooh, Roseanne. Oh, there, Roseanne.
Hi, Rich.
Taking my seat. Right, Richie has a medical issue and HIPAA and all. We can't talk about it, but let's just say he has rashes where the sun doesn't shine. And we'll leave it at that. So Richie will be back when the rashes go away. We also have on tonight, this is pretty cool, comic and bodybuilder Andrew Ginsburg.
That's an interesting combination.
It is. He has a body like mine. We also have on comic. We have all comics on tonight. They just happened to work out that way, but And Anthony Kapfer was an old friend of ours. I used to put him on shows when he lived in New York. He was on the show a few weeks ago, and then we see he's on America's Got Talent.
Amazing.
So I said, let's have Anthony on to talk about his experience. And I wrote him a little, message. I said, will you be on the show? And he responded, I go, ooh, what's up with that? Then I watched the clip from America's Got Talent. They screwed him.
Oh, boy.
They screwed Anthony. It was not, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll let Anthony fill you in. But the funny part is the clip is 15 seconds. That's all they let him do on the show, right?
15 seconds?
15 seconds. And then Anthony proceeded, because he's a guitar player and he writes funny songs, to write a song trashing the judges. It's hysterical. He does cuss in the song. So we will bleep some of that out on Cablevision. But tonight, take the kids and head for the hills. Also on the show tonight, we have a teacher from the Bronx Public Schools, Ed Cotti, who's also a comic, I found out.
Well,
but
he's got a lot of material. Teachers,
yes.
All teachers should be comedians.
And Ed is not coming on as a comic. We're going to ask him some questions about, hey, this has been a tough time to teach.
Who you telling?
So we'll ask Ed some serious questions, some fun questions, and hopefully it'll all come together. And then closing the show out, Pada Bing, one of our favorite comics. I know Chris for years and years and years. Chris Monty. He's one of the funniest guys out there. Go on his website, see where he's performing. You will laugh, laugh, laugh.
Very
So that's
funny,
the kind of show we got tonight.
That sounds like a jam-packed show.
It is, but there's more.
But there's more.
There's more. There's me talking my nonsense up front.
What nonsense do you have for
tonight? Thank you for asking. See, Rich, this is how it's done. See how we work? What do you got, John? Richie just stands there and goes, okay. No, I love Richie. We every month, the retired FDNY guys who used to work in the hazardous materials unit, we get together for a little breakfast. And we had a little special treat this week. We met at the FDNY Fire Academy, which to the brothers in the FDNY is known as The Rock. That's what the academy is called. It's known around the country as The Rock. So we had breakfast there, and very emotional for me, very emotional to be back there. I saw the Probies marching, running, and I thought about my class and when I went through the academy. Ooh, how many years ago now? It's 30, more than 30. Oh my God. And a lot of my class, a nice amount of my class, was lost on 9/11. Some of the guys died because of 9/11 cancer. So it was an emotional time to be there. But I got this great video. Bobby, do you have this video to play? I was like a little kid, like a tourist. I mean, I was a firefighter, right? I was like a tourist when I was there. So I took this little video as I was leaving the breakfast. Go ahead, Bob. Academy, here come the Probies. Here they come. Running up right behind me. I'm going to join the pack. I'm going to join them. The bravest of the brave. There they are. Getting on the job. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Awesome. Today's Johnny Close.
We're going to join them.
Well, I did after the video cut out. I ran 5 miles with them. I ran 5 miles.
Of course you did.
I did. So it was a really, really cool day.
That looks like a good day.
I also was up sharing my hazmat knowledge that I learned from the brothers at the FDNY. Do we have the group picture, Bob, from that breakfast yesterday? These guys taught me, guys that were lost on 9/11, Kevin Smith, Tommy Gardner, Dennis Scalzo, taught me so much. And now I'm out there making money because of these guys. There we go. There was the breakfast. We had some of the ladies from the office, 2 of the wives, and the brothers that I worked with that are heroes. These guys, side by side, we went through 9/11 together. We lost a lot of guys in the unit, and I think these guys will be looking down on us right now saying, hey, it's good to see you guys getting together. Nice. So I actually shared my knowledge in Greene County and Columbia County on Sunday morning and Monday night. Thank you, guys. They really welcomed me. We laughed. We learned. And I hope that I'll be back up there soon. But I was in Cairo, New York.
Cairo, New York.
Cairo. Sound familiar?
Yes. Never been there, but it does sound familiar.
Oh, there's another picture from the Academy. The Probies lining up, getting ready for class. Lang's Grove side is where I used to go as a kid. We used to go on vacation where I was teaching. Really? And I said to the guys, you live here. This was our vacation. You know what I mean? We used to come up to the Catskills and you'd turn that corner and you'd see the resort and it was like heaven, you know? And the resort is in such disrepair now. It's closed. So sad because of all those memories.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you to the guys from Greene County and Columbia County. Volunteers. There's another great picture from the Rock. Nice statue. Nice. In memory of all the guys that were lost. The statue is dedicated to the spirit and the service of the members of the FDNY who made the supreme sacrifice. Really, like I said, a very emotional day. Very emotional day. Plus, I had a bagel. I'm trying. Our PR lady. Did you know we have a PR lady?
No. Amy?
No, Amy. No. We got a I wrote a song for her. Ready? We got a PR lady. She's a PR lady.
Stick to comedy.
You like it? Tracy has been wonderful getting me on podcasts around the country, getting out with Laugh to Save Lives do and does. The big ones we're trying to get on, come on, Tracy, is Drew Barrymore and Kelly Clarkson. Ooh. I'm trying to get on those 2 shows. So Tracy is awesome.
Oh, I hope Rich is sick that day.
Who? Oh, no. I'm going to be on their show. Oh. They're not going to be on our show. I want to be on, I'm saying I'm going to be. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be.
Like to be.
I would love, I love Drew Barrymore and I love Kelly Clarkson. Love them both. They seem like really good people. You know what I mean?
They seem real.
Like if you would see them off camera, you'd be disappointed if they were much different.
Right.
They're tired. I get it, but.
Yeah, but.
Jay Leno, excuse me, was very nice to me when I went to his show years ago. And he came out and met with me because I brought him a T-shirt. It was after 9/11. Great guy. And, you know, my son with Conan and everything that happened, a lot of people don't like Jay. He was a sweetheart. No, he was a sweetheart. And I hear David Letterman was just the opposite. September 13th, we're going to be in Kent, Ohio. September 14th, Columbus, Ohio.
Ooh, Columbus. I performed in Columbus once.
You did?
Not doing comedy, though.
Yeah, we're doing in Kent. I don't know what the fundraiser is going to be for yet. Columbus is a wonderful organization called Building Warriors, is it? So we're going to be doing some good shows, good work, all in memory of my guys. I am looking to go on vacation. We're terrible at vacations.
Okay.
Terrible.
Like,
are you good with planning vacations? Could you plan my vacation?
I mean, I could plan a vacation, but I'm much better at actually just having someone else do it, and I just
Yeah, my wife is
travel.
very hard, very difficult.
Well, what do you want? You want to someplace
Simple.
to fly, drive?
I'll probably drive with my wife because I'll be flying a little with these trips. Probably drive. I was thinking I want to go to the Finger Lakes. I've been up there once. It's beautiful up there in the summer. But see, here's how my wife is. We went to the Poconos years ago. Now, you know how small the Poconos is compared to the whole state of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
We had a bad experience. She won't go to Pennsylvania anymore because
of that?
Yeah. The whole state is contaminated.
What about
now.
Lake George? What about Maine?
I mentioned that this morning to her. That may be another trip. I'm not looking at a map. Is there water in Maine? Do they have is that on the ocean or is that?
I'm not even answering that question.
There's a pool. There's a pool. There's a lake.
Sure there's a pool.
There's a pool. There's a lake. That might be good. That might be good. I may enjoy that. Is there anything that you want to mention before we go to break?
Well, today was the last day of classes.
It was?
For the middle schoolers. They just have finals now, so it was like.
But they graduated already.
Well, they didn't really
graduate.
You don't graduate from 8th grade. You move up.
Well, they had a graduation by my house, and it's 2 years only by me.
Oh no, it's 3 years by us. We had a little ceremony like congratulations, you made it.
That's it.
And now off to high school you go.
Like they're in kindergarten, a moving up ceremony.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Exactly.
Somebody's buzzing me.
But it was a good day. It was went off without a hitch. Thank goodness. No issues, no problems.
And if
middle schoolers can be rambunctious.
She is the assistant principal of the school.
I am.
Whips them into. Are you a toughie?
Oh yeah.
Do they fear you?
They would rather see anybody in the building but me.
That is hysterical. They don't know how lovely you are. How lovely.
No, they do. I'm nice to them.
You're nice,
me, but they know there's a line. Don't cross it.
I love it. I love it. All right. I tell you what. Let's go to break, and we'll bring back Andrew Ginsburg. Oh. Yes. I'm going to take my shirt off.
Is he going to teach us how to pose? I want to learn how to pose.
Yeah.
Right?
Going to break.
All right.
Well,
9/11 didn't end on 9/11. 500,000 people were exposed to the World Trade Center toxins and are still at risk today. 68 cancers have been linked, including skin cancers, prostate cancer, breast cancer, blood cancers, and many respiratory illnesses. Fortunately, all victims qualify for free health care, and more than $10 billion is available from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a paralegal just 2 blocks from Ground Zero. I had skin cancer and lymphoma.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I had kidney cancer and respiratory illnesses.
I was a downtown teacher. I had breast cancer. I qualify.
I qualify.
I qualify.
If you were downtown anytime on or after 9/11, call Barasch and McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community. Call today. No law firm has recovered more money with over $2 billion awarded to 9/11 victims. If you worked, lived, or went to school in the exposure zone on or after 9/11, call Barasch and McGarry today.
My father worked downtown. He died of bladder cancer.
I ran from Gateway Plaza in a cloud of smoke as the towers fell.
My mother and I qualify.
I qualify.
Barasch and McGarry's advocacy for 9/11 victims isn't just professional, it's personal. With offices just steps from Ground Zero, they witnessed the pain of the 9/11 attacks and lobbied Congress to pass and permanently extend the Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a downtown court officer. I had prostate cancer in 2007. I qualify.
We all qualify.
He's ready. And we're back. Laughter Saves Lives Live. Ed, we see you on the screen twice, so hopefully when we bring you in, one of those two will hit. So hang out. So our first guest, I know Andrew for back. We had a mutual friend, and I'm trying to remember who that was, but he did our original Gotham show back in the day, and he was a bodybuilder. Is that it? No, I don't know if they call it. Is it a bodybuilder?
Yeah, bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder at the time. And I think he took some time off. And I saw some pictures the other day back on Facebook that he was in a competition. And I'm like, oh my God, how did he do that when you stopped doing it? So we're going to ask him. So let's bring in comic and bodybuilder Andrew Ginsburg. Andrew.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good, buddy. I usually do the show shirtless. Didn't want to show you up tonight.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Keeping it on.
I asked him to put it back on.
Oh, thank you, Roseanne.
Did it a lot. So Andrew, there you are.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Now, is that pre-competition? Is that in top form?
That's at the competition. Yeah, there's on stage doing my meathead poses.
Wow. Bobby said, "I'll bring." Oh,
that's Harry, Andrew. A few months before that, I was never out of shape, but I wasn't in contest shape.
Well, did I say out of shape? I didn't mean out of shape.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Not competitive shape. How does that
right.
sound?
Yeah.
So Bobby said, "When do you bring it? When should I bring in the pictures?" He threw them all up in the first 5 seconds.
We did.
Bobby, we're done with the pictures now. So years ago, talk about how you got into bodybuilding.
Oh, I was bullied as a kid.
Right.
It was the old, I just needed to defend myself. And instead of karate, I started lifting weights, and I got bigger and got beaten up less. And I started to like it. So I kind of took it to the next level and started competing when I was about 18, 19, won a couple of teenage shows. And, I'm 42 now. I have 3 children, 5 years old and under. And I wanted to get back in shape. And I love training. I'll always train, hopefully, until I die. And it was a challenge. I was starting to feel pretty old. I'm just reading books all night to my kids, which is wonderful. But I wasn't really. I didn't have a deadline. I didn't have a goal, and that gave me both. And I function well with those.
Yeah, we start feeling. I'm older than you. We start feeling old. I was just telling Roseanne. I was walking around the track, and a young lady came up to me this morning and said hello. And I said, "Hey, hello," And I said, "Oh, wow. I still got it, young girl." And then she said, "How old are your grandkids?" I mean, she didn't even know I had grandkids. Andrew, what was that all about?
Yeah.
So, what about the flexibility? Like you said, I worked out, I got beat up. Was it more of the intimidating factor? I mean, were you very flexible when you were in that top shape?
It was just the intimidating, the bigger it's like dogs. The bigger the dog, the less inclined, the little dog's going to go after it. So it was just strictly optics. I was a little more intimidating, and that helped. It also gave me confidence, which helped as well. So
how did you go from just working out to kind of, so you're not bullied and you're working out to, I want to go to the next level and like really get cut and compete?
I was a competitive kid. I played a lot of sports, and I kind of just liked, it's taking it to the next level. Of course, if I really wanted to take it to the most extreme, I would have taken steroids, but I never did that because, I want to live long, and it's not worth the risk. But I just wanted to compete. I just wanted to see. I loved Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was kind of an idol as a kid. And I wanted to give it a try, and I kind of liked it.
Because it's you think about your kids in general, not you because you're a bodybuilder, but I'm saying in general, you go, hey, what sports do I want my kids to play? Baseball, basketball. You never hear somebody go, oh, let's get them into bodybuilding.
No, it's kind of like being a stripper a little bit. It's
I did both.
It's a very regimented life. I mean, food you eat is probably just like chicken and
what is your diet?
Well, it's even harder. It's even harder for me because I have Crohn's disease, which really stinks.
Yeah,
but it's funny with those kind of just the IBD things. Colitis is the one where you can get heavy. The Crohn's, most guys are skinny, so it's the foods lend itself to bodybuilding: rice, chicken, eggs, fish. Salmon, a little bit of fruit. So it works.
I'm going to ask you, you don't have to answer this question because I wanted to say this to you on the phone and not ask you live, but they're known for people to take certain drugs, to build up their muscles, steroids. I'm knowing that the healthy eater that you are, I'm assuming you don't do any of that stuff.
No, I never touched the steroid, and I was never tempted. I just, I was a big Lyle Alzado football fan,
Right.
and he kind of credited steroids with his demise.
Yeah.
And he went to my high school. He went to Lawrence High School.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and I knew his kids, and I saw up front that here's a guy who's saying steroids did this to me. I would never have done it again had I known this. So
Wow.
that was a big impact. So
yeah.
So you have 3 kids?
I do. I have a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and an 8-month-old. Boy, girl, and I love it. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm really, I'm lucky and great. I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
What does your son think of you when he sees pictures of you all, posing and everything?
Well, he came to that show on Saturday.
Oh, did he?
And he sat in the audience. He thought, to be quite honest, he was bored out of his mind. It's so boring. It's so boring. But he likes muscles. He's a kid. He likes superheroes, and he likes muscles, and it's good. He thinks a lot higher of me now because I have muscles. He won't care when he's older, but
that's great. My grandson got on my elliptical the other day. He's 6.
Yeah.
And he got on the elliptical, and he likes to walk through towns around the world. They have a program, right? So I go, what are you doing, Goose? I call him, Goose, where are you walking? He goes, Francis. I'm walking through Francis. Right? You mean France? Yeah. And he's playing music, and I'm not really paying attention. All of a sudden, I'm listening to the music. It was some kind of rap song, and Mother F must have been said like 10 times. And I'm like, oh, my God, what are you listening to? I go, shut that off. I like it. Don't touch it. I like it. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to get in trouble again. Is there any place that people can see you compete, or are you done competing?
Oh, no. Nobody goes to these things.
No.
It's a freak show. It's really it's an experience because they're screaming stuff like, show them the quads, show them the back. Oh, you can fly with those wings.
Show me the belly.
It's
They also do comedy?
Yeah, you ever be anywhere?
Yeah, we did a show, I don't know, 2000, I want to say 2009 maybe.
Yeah.
Susan Grasso was our mutual friend.
That's it, Susan.
And Joe Piscopo was at that show, and Jeff Norris was at Gotham, and it was a great show. And thank you for having me on that. But
well, we're going to Connecticut now. I know you're in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So I'm actually trying to book shows so comics spend less gas. I have that in my mind. Seriously, if I can use a comic who lives in Connecticut, I don't want to drag somebody from Long Island who's going to spend a lot of money on gas.
That's true.
We got 30 seconds. You want to give a website or anything like that?
AndrewGinsburg.com with a U. I don't know what you'll find there, but that's my website. Just eat your protein. Only have carbs when you need energy. And thank you for having me on. Thank you, Roseanne.
Thank you for taking the time. I know I called you last minute. I really appreciate it, Andrew.
Oh, it's great. Well, thank you. And again, I hope to see you soon.
Me too.
All right.
Take care, Andrew Ginsburg, comic bodybuilder. Same title. We have the same title. Both comic bodybuilders.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's not go to a break, just so we're cranking on time, and let's bring in our next friend. This gentleman is a friend to Laughter Saves Lives. He's been on a number of shows. He moved away. We missed him. He was on the show a few weeks ago, and then we say, oh my God, he's on America's Got Talent. We were all excited. But the experience didn't go as well as I think he wanted it to. So we're going to bring in Anthony Kapfer. Hello, Anthony.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, brother. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good.
All right. So we have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I know you were on America's Got Talent and didn't have the greatest experience. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So I was on, it aired last week. I filmed it in April.
Okay.
But essentially what happened is, and I knew this going in. I knew this was a possibility. I did the audition. I did my song. I got all the way through, played the whole song. Crowd was kind of, they were cheering, they were clapping along to the beat, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They let me know beforehand that they weren't going to air the whole audition. So I knew it was going to be edited in some way, but they didn't tell me how. So when I watched it, they edited it to look like I came out on stage and then did 10 seconds of my song and then got booed off stage. They edited in booing.
Oh my God.
Which did not happen, but
right.
It's kind of the only way that they can edit just the first line of my song and then be done with me, you know.
And the judges were rude.
Well, the judges didn't like it, which I knew that day, but I was a little bit bummed because what they ended up airing was it's such a short piece of my song that people watching the show who weren't in the live audience, they don't have a chance to decide if they like me or not.
Right.
So it really didn't really help me to I actually have less monthly Spotify listeners this week than I did the day before this thing aired on TV. So it really was not much of an exposure boost for me because they barely showed anything.
Which is what you were looking for, obviously.
Well, it's the whole point of going on a show that sucks that bad.
When I went on Match Game, after that was aired, I had 2 more listeners and viewers. It was my dad and someone else. So now I'm going on, and Butch told me about this. He goes, man, they screwed him. And I go, well, can we play the video? And he goes, no, we can't play it. I said, well, let me at least look at it so when I speak to you, I'm educated, you know?
Yeah.
So I look at the video, and then I look right below it, and I go, oh, my God, he already wrote a song about the experience.
Yeah.
So I listened to the song, and I go, this is funny. There's a little too much profanity than I would like in it.
Yeah.
It could be aired. And I said it to you, let me see if I can rewrite some words. And then Bobby said, let him do it, and then we'll just bleep it.
You just bleep it on TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So would you mind playing that rebuttal to America's Got Talent that you wrote?
Wait,
yeah,
before
sure.
you do that, did you sing an original song?
I did. So I
6 comedy songs, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I submitted like 25 songs to them, and the song that they picked is a song called "Comedy Songs Are Not Funny," and the first line of the song is "Comedy songs are never really funny," which, if you're trying to just edit an audition the way that they edited my audition, it was perfect for them because all you need is the first line,
right?
And then they go, "Yeah, you're right. You're not funny. Get out of here." And that's how
I didn't
they
like that.
edited it, you know. But it's a meta song about comedy songs and how they're sort of put together and why some of them.
And I think you played it the last time you were on our show. So if somebody wants to see that song, look for Anthony on a previous show. But play this song, The Rebuttal, because I think it's very funny.
Yeah, all right, I'll play. And I released both of these songs as like a double single, so you can hear both songs on all the streaming platforms.
Oh yeah, and parents, take the kids out of the room now.
Yes, this is going to be bleeped. I can't actually, I can't even say the name of the song, but you'll get the idea.
Well, you can say the name. Just say F. What is it? F. Simon.
F. U. Simon is
F.
the
U.
name of the song. Does this sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's the song. I went on a TV show. It was a show that I don't even like because I thought it might be good to be seen by 7 million people, but I could not have been more wrong. 'Cause Simon Cowell thinks I suck. Heidi Klum said I suck. The lady from Modern Family hates my guts. Howie Mandel didn't seem to like me, but he didn't hate me as much as Simon did. Simon Cowell really hated me. Well, I hate him too. Simon, fuck you. What do you even do? Are you good at anything else besides being a fucking prick? Simon Cowell, is there anyone in your life who would say you're a real nice guy? Even your wife cannot pretend because you used to be married to your friend until you had sex with her in their bed. I guess what I'm saying is you would not do well on a talent show. Whether you were you're judged on your ability or your character, you talentless piece of shit. Heidi Klum, your fame has waned, your career has seen much better days. Lady from Modern Family, I don't even know your name. Howie Mandel, you were big in the 80s for putting a rubber glove on your face and blowing air into it. That's still the funniest thing you've ever done. Simon Cowell, you can go get fucked. Heidi Klum, I think you suck. Lady from Modern Family, I still don't even know your name. Howie Mandel, you can eat some shit. Take your rubber glove and choke on it. You haven't been remotely relevant since 1988. None of you have talent, so what the hell do you know? America's got more talent than the judges on that show. Thank you, good night.
Well,
So you're not bitter.
I'm not bitter about it, no.
you know how much we love you at Laughter Saves Lives, and if you're ever back in town, we'd love to have you on a live show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had that experience, but I know you roll with it and make something good out of it.
Yeah, well, I have one new song because of it, so.
There you go. There you go.
So
All right,
something.
thank you so much, Anthony, for coming on at the last minute. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having
Anthony.
me. See you.
Oh, where can we find you, Anthony? Do we still got him?
I'm
Where
here.
can we find you, Anthony?
At Anthony Kapfer on all social media, or find me on all the streaming services, or download my music directly, music.anthonykapfer.com.
Cool. He's got a lot of funny songs. All right, Anthony, good night. Be well.
See you later. You too.
Let's go to a break, and we'll be back with Ed.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of choking accident.
Teacher.
Really?
Yes, we're back. Laughter Saves Lives live. Nice to see Anthony again. So I'm gonna let Roseanne conduct most of this interview. You know me, I'm very easy at just sitting here and being quiet.
Yes, I've noticed that. I can hardly get you to say a word.
You could hit me. You could hit me. Our next guest, he is currently teaching first grade at Cypress Hills in East New York, Brooklyn. He's been a teacher for many years. Many years. I'm trying to see if I had it in his resume here. Let's bring on Ed Cotti. Ed!
Hey, Ed.
And I can hear you guys now, so it's all good.
We hear you. Excellent. Excellent.
Beautiful.
How are you, brother?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, you kidding? You're in our hero segment tonight.
You certainly
well, I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all I
After
can do, really.
you know, heroes, cops, firemen, military, healthcare professionals, and we added teachers over COVID because you guys really did an awesome job, especially the ones that were dedicated, and you would know better than I. So tell us a little bit about your background teaching-wise.
For sure. I've been teaching for almost 15 years, and I started off as a TA, worked my way through, did the charter school circuit, and now I've been with the New York City Department of Education for 8 years.
That's fantastic. And first grade?
Yeah, first grade this year was a little bit of a change up for me. I've always taught upper grades, testing grades, and then they need a little help downstairs, and I got asked to do it, and I knew it was going to be a challenge, especially now that I've got 2 little ones of my own at home. So it was like going from little all day to little at home. At least accidents at home are kind of cute, so it's fine. But
Do you find as a teacher, I know I found that I used up the majority of my patience at work.
I'm sorry, one second. I can hear you on that one. Can you repeat that, Roseanne? I'm sorry.
Sure. I said, I found that as a teacher, I used up the majority of my patience at work.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's like the trying part, is like coming home and having to still be like when you teach upper grades, you're not as hands-on. So going to kids who, especially coming out of a pandemic, I was teaching kids how to open up a book.
Right.
So then to come home and then to deal with, a 2-year-old going on 3-year-old who has just as many needs, if not more, and rightfully so at that age, it was a little bit tougher for sure.
I find my grandson's in kindergarten, and I always talk about him. He's my best friend. I can't believe how much he has learned in kindergarten. And it's almost like I think some of these kids were like waiting to learn. Like they had that time period where they were doing online stuff, whatever. In kindergarten, you can't really do much online. All you see is kids running back in front of the screen. But he sucked up so much knowledge this year. The things that he says, and I'm like, oh my God, he's in kindergarten. Did you find that these kids were like sponges? They really wanted to learn?
In a lot of cases, yes, because especially coming into first grade with a lot of kids doing remote kindergarten, it was so much of like, there was no rules. There was some people's first time ever in school. So all of a sudden, like, you're doing a lot of onboarding and heavy lifting to just establish, like, this is school. You need to sit in a chair. You have to ask to go to the bathroom. Like, mom and dad aren't here. I'm not mom or dad. So it was a lot of like, okay, it's not just you anymore. Because when kids are at home, especially with COVID, with being so isolated, parents' attention is so much on them that when they come into a larger setting, all of a sudden, like, they don't know how to adjust having 20 kids in a class.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there were some kids that came in and I was like, where am I even going to start? Because with remote kindergarten, there was no knowledge base there at all, almost, for some kids. But as they got into it and it became more routinized, and that was something I knew I had to be strong with, was establishing what I wanted done, how we were going to do things, and keeping it like as kind of simple as possible and rolling out things in small chunks. The growth that I've seen this year has been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do a great. When he comes out of that classroom, they're pretty regimented, obviously. Like, he comes, there's a playground right there outside of school. The backpack goes this way. He's throwing things at me, diving into the playground. They just want to, because they've been so regimented all day. But I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with what he learned this year. So impressed.
Yeah, I mean, they still need that outlet. So I have kids that do kind of the same thing you were saying about your grandson, is that I have one kid who every day, like, literally runs circles around his mom and around the playground because he's been just been like cooped up all day.
How is it different from when you taught in a charter school?
Yeah.
And now you're with the New York City Department of Ed. How are those two types of schools different?
So it's different in a lot of ways because charter schools are kind of independently run. They get funding, but you're at will as a teacher personally. I had a bad experience with the at will part of the contracting of it all, but it's a longer school day. I was doing 7:30 to 4:30 of legitimate, like, instruction.
Wow.
So that was a lot of strain on everyone, from teachers to kids to, parents and whatever. And then now at the Board of Ed, it's a lot more, continuity, and because every charter school can kind of do their own thing that they seem fit. And with the DOE, you're, running the same curriculum as a full district, and there's not, not everybody plays by the same rules, basically.
So a charter school is run like a company, so to speak?
Yeah, there's like trustees, and like, like one of our trustees was like a city councilman for Far Rockaway and like all this stuff. So, it's definitely an interesting structure. And the other thing is that there's like a lottery to get in. So it's based on people apply, your number gets pulled, you get in.
So let's go back to Department of Ed school, because I bet what's the fun? Can you think off the top of your head? One or two of the funniest things that you heard come out of a kid's mouth this year.
So one was I overheard a conversation, and this is fully just a problem of being in my room for the year. I heard a kid say to another kid, "What's that?" And the kid went, "None ya." And it's something that I say all the time. It's none your business. And so I was like, "Oh, they need to go to second grade like immediately. They don't need me anymore. They get all they need to know." And the fact that like that's the one thing they remember is really just also like I'm like I asked you to do 8 other things, but that's what you remember today.
That's what you remember.
I think I mentioned this last week, but he came home one day with a book and he says, "Grandbabs," he calls me Grandbabs. "Grandbabs, this is a funny book. It's Fly Diarrhea." And I looked at the title of the book, and it's Diary of a Fly.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so funny. We only have about a minute.
Sure.
One more quickie about something that made you smile, or something that you said, "Wow, I'm making a difference."
Oh man. I mean, there's been so many things. Just with the younger kids, they tend to be like a little bit more of like affectionate in a way. Of like they'll be like, "You're the best teacher I've ever had." I'm like the only teacher you've ever had. So that's always fun to hear. But it goes back to I'll go back to like my upper grade experience. I got married 5 years ago, and I had 2 girls come all the way out from Brooklyn to my wedding in Rockwell Center. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, that is
cool.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things. And I've been nominated for Big Apple Teacher Awards, I think 3 times.
Excellent.
Which is a parent-based nomination. So.
And just one last question before we let you go.
For sure.
What can you tell because now there's a lot of new young teachers who are looking for jobs, getting out of college. What can you tell these young teachers now post-COVID that you think would be valuable information for them?
I think the thing that I would say to any young teacher is to not be afraid to work in a certain area, because it's only going to make you a better teacher. You learn more with less sometimes. Mm-hmm. And also the one piece of advice I always give, especially when I mentor younger teachers sometimes, is be self-reflective. Don't think that you know everything, and be receptive to feedback and try to work off of that feedback and always look for feedback.
Excellent
advice. That is amazing advice. Perfect advice.
Thank you, Ed. I know you also do some stand-up. Are you performing anywhere that people can go see you?
So we did. I did shows with you. I'm talking like 10 years ago. I haven't done any bit of stand-up in a very long time. I still write occasionally just to kind of keep my brain going.
I would advise stay out of the business so I can get more work.
Well, I think I'm a little bit behind. I've gone from running open mics to performing for 6-year-olds who laugh if I fall over.
Hey,
so.
you got an important job and you're doing great work. Thanks for taking the time to be on, Ed.
No, thank you guys very much. Great to see you.
Ed Cotti, thank you so much. First grade teacher.
Yeah.
We are going to bring in Chris Monty, our comic for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Monty.
Yes.
Hey, wow, right in there. Right in
I thought we were going to commercial.
No, we don't do. I wanted to bring you right out because it takes you usually 4 or 5 minutes to get to the funny. So I figured
it takes me a good half hour to get my 3 minutes of funny in.
How are you doing, brother?
Good. I am good. It's been a great show. I've been listening and watching the whole show.
Thank you.
I'm going to go to Spotify as soon as this is over and download Anthony's F.U. Simon song. I think that was fantastic, and it was terrible the way they treated him. So I'm going to promote that all over the place.
You got to look at the video that they put up and listen to what really happened behind the scenes, and they really screwed him. It was terrible.
This is the horror of reality TV. It's all terrible.
Yeah.
It's not reality at all.
It's not reality at all. Not at all.
This is reality TV. Drinking on Wednesday night here because I'm with Johnny L.
That's the only thing I miss. I'm missing my wine. I have coffee tonight, which is so weird.
You drink wine when you're here. You've been doing a lot of stuff over the years. What is the largest audience you've ever played? First, let's say headlining. You being the headliner.
Live or Zoom?
Right? Live.
Live. I would say probably the Borgata. That's 940 seats, and I've closed that room with 900 people in it.
Nice.
If I did it, I would love to do a set there with a full house. How long would it take for me to clear that place out if I got on stage?
It's a great. No, you would kill there. You're perfect for that room because it's our demographic, Johnny. As we're getting older, you know, we can trend over any group of age group in the audience, but it just seems like the 55 and ups are more more hip for us. You know, they get everything because they've lived everything in life. So there's nothing you can talk about that but I did a show actually on Zoom in 2021 for 1,600 people. That was my largest Zoom.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't see all of them people, obviously. I only saw about, maybe 100 of them on the screen, but there were 1,600 logged in at the time. But probably about 1,000. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. I was working with Joan Rivers for a couple of years before she died. And since she died, I haven't worked for her. But I was working for Joan Rivers, and we did a couple of rooms with about 1,600 people sold out in the theater.
Nice.
So probably around that size in theaters.
Yeah. So you're married now. When I met you, we were young. We had no wives, no kids. You're married.
Well, you did.
I did.
Paula's been around for a long time. So.
You remember Paula? Oh yeah.
I remember when John was little and Christina was little, and you didn't even have Olivia yet.
I know, and she just graduated college.
Right. And how old is Olivia now?
She's 21.
She's 21. And what's her middle name?
Olivia Lynn.
Olivia, because mine's Olivia Rose. And I never forget, when you named your daughter Olivia, that name stuck with me. I love that name. And when my wife and I, we didn't know what we were having, but we said it was a girl. We both agreed. We couldn't agree on any names. We agreed on Olivia Rose. And so that's my daughter, Olivia Rose. But I remember when your Olivia was born. That's how long we go back.
Yeah. And you're living in Long Island now?
We moved from Central Queens to Floral Park. So
How'd the move go?
The move was good. You know what happened? We moved in, and we actually moved in during the pandemic because we bid on the house in 2019, but then there was some problems. So on March 16th of 2020, as I'm signing my life away on the mortgage, my phone is ringing with all the agents going, yeah, it looks like this week's going to be no shows.
Yeah.
And maybe next week too, But don't worry, we'll rebook you. We'll be back in April. Remember that? But, everybody thought it was going to be like 2 weeks and the pandemic would be over.
No, I honestly, I never have any agent or anybody calling me asking me to do a gig.
Well, that's if it wasn't for me watching the show, you wouldn't have any viewers tonight. But
and there you go.
No, I'm joking. I love you. But then we moved in. Soon we move in. So now we have all this time because now the world shut down. So we have time to move in. We can stay at the apartment, get things done. My wife says to me, she says, I need you to set up like the cable and the Wi-Fi and like the telephone. Like that's your department. You have to take care of that. And I was like, I don't remember filling out the application for this job. How did I get this promotion? So I said to my wife, we don't need to have cable and a landline, right? Because it was 2020. I mean, it's like, let's just get the Wi-Fi. We could stream TV and we can have cell phones. My wife's very old-fashioned, so she's like, nope, I need the triple package. I need to have a landline in case things go down. So now I get the cable, the Wi-Fi, and the landline just to make her happy because you know what they say, right, Johnny?
Yep.
Happy wife.
Sure.
Happy life.
Sure.
Miserable husband. Oh, I'm sorry. I heard it wrong.
You remembered that wrong.
No, that's how I live it. So I got the triple package. And if you live on Long Island, most people, if you have cable, you have Optimum. I'm not going to say anything dirty, but it's always out. At least twice a month now, I wake up to my wife. She's screaming at me from the kitchen. Everything's out. You have to call them right now and rectify the situation. So I'm like, well, I can't use the phone they gave us, can I? So now I got to use my cell phone, which is fine, but I have Sprint, so I have to hope it's not cloudy that day. Now I'm in my driveway looking for a sunbeam, and I get the Wicked Witch from the Optimum Cable Company on the line, and she's like, give me your name, give me your account number, which I do. And now I'm not even mad yet. I'm just starting to get mad, but I'm not even mad yet. Then I get mad because she says to me, she's like, can you spell it out? Now I'm on the phone with her. Can you spell it out? I was like, no. She said, why not, sir? I said, because I am done spelling things out on the phone. You ever spell things out on the phone? Don't you feel like an idiot? You're like, yes, it's N as in Nancy, A as in apple. Like, I refuse to do that. So now I just screw around with these people. I'm like, yeah, it's P as in pneumonia. G as in Nat, So this has been my life since then. We got the cable, and it's all doing
You're
well.
all good?
You good?
Yeah.
All good. My wife, my daughter just turned 3 years old.
Right. Happy birthday.
Exciting,
Happy birthday.
exciting.
Thank you. On June the 12th. I appreciate that. And now my wife wants another one.
Baby,
So-
the baby? Clarify, baby?
Yeah, my wife says to me the other. My wife says,
maybe a cell phone. So, okay, baby.
my wife says, I want to get pregnant. I said, do whatever you want to do. Just don't wake me. Look, Johnny, I'm 49. I'm going to be 50 this year. So I'm going to be 50. My wife, I'm lucky. Like I have the 3-year-old. Like that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm too old. She wants to have another baby. I'm like, you get 50 with a 3-year-old, and now she wants another one. I'm totally screwing up any retirement plans I had for myself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell my son, when I babysit the goose 2 days a week.
And that's Johnny's son or Christina's?
That's Johnny's son. No, Christina doesn't have any kids yet. I don't think.
Okay. Not that you know of.
John has 2. He has the delicious one, the little cute 1-year-old Lillian Virginia, after my mom, Virginia.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, it's awesome. But what was I going to say? So my son 2 weeks ago calls me and goes, "Oh, like I pick him up from school. I'll walk him to school some mornings. We'll chat. We'll look at cars. By the way, he's off from school tomorrow. They had an extra snow day." I go, I can't do it. You can't tell a 63-year-old 8 o'clock at night that he has the whole. I didn't prepare. I didn't take naps.
You got to wake up at 7 in the morning. No, I can't do it.
How am I going to do this? So
I know. Listen, my in-laws live about 3 blocks away from me, and I love them. They're great, and they're relatively young for grandparents. Like my mother-in-law is still in her 60s. My father-in-law's in his early 70s.
Yeah.
But my father-in-law retired, New York City police department, and he's up at night. Like he doesn't get up. Like when I bring my daughter over if I'm going on the road, like say tomorrow, I'm going on the road tomorrow. I'm going to go to Delaware. I'm going to do the Candlelight Theater. I'm performing down there, and I got I want to leave at like 12 o'clock or whatever because I want to beat the traffic, get out, they give me a hotel, go chill out. But I gotta bring my daughter over there like 11:30, 12. Like that's the earliest
right
I could drop her off because they're like, listen, we're retired and we stay up late. We don't want to wake up at 7. We don't mind taking her and having her sleep over, but not before noon. you know?
Well, that's my time because my wife sleeps late. So that's my time. I go over with the baby now and I'll get the baby. Like yesterday morning, I was over there early, get the baby, feed her, take her up, and my son's there. Oh, she's cute. She's playing with me, right? She's laughing. And he gives a sniff and he goes, her diaper needs to be changed. I got a meeting, Dad. I go, you got no meeting. This is your meeting. Then you go to the meeting.
But you were pretty hands-on, John, when you were a father with your little when your kids were little. Were you a diaper changer? Because my dad is 80, right? Yeah. And my dad just turned 80. God bless him. He's doing great. But my dad, I'll call him and everything and say, hey, hey, Pop, I got to run to Home Depot and grab something because I got to fix something. Because that's, now I'm a house owner. I was an apartment dweller. Now that you're a homeowner, as my father-in-law says, happy as the homeowner, you got to fix something every other day, right?
Yes.
So now I'm like, I got to run up and grab this for the yard or this, whatever. So my dad will say, listen, she's potty trained, right? And I go, yeah, Dad, she's potty trained. If she's got to go, you just tell her, you put her on the bowl, she goes. He goes, all right. My dad's 80. He goes, I don't change diapers. And I said, Dad, I wouldn't expect you to do that. He goes, no. I've never done it. I didn't do it for you. Your mother did everything for you 3 kids. I never changed one diaper. But that was a different generation.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers and sisters were born between the late 60s and the early 70s. Different world.
Yeah. All right. We got to go. We're a little over in time. You're awesome. Thank you for taking the time, brother. And hopefully we get you on a Laugh to Save's live show soon.
Please do. I would love to see you in person. And I thank you for having me. You guys both did a great job tonight. Very entertaining.
Oh, thank you so much.
And informational.
Yes. Well, that's what we try to do. We try to balance. And the main thing is, by the time we're off there, I don't make an ass of myself. I think I might have accomplished that tonight. So let me get out of here before it happens.
Listen, you need to. That's your permanent co-host right there. She's fantastic.
Rich Walker's his best friend.
I love Rich Walker.
Good night, Chris. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
God bless.
We're going to the diner.
Yeah. Woo!
Good night.
Old leather gloves, we slap slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts. We're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball. Play ball.